Hey everyone, this is the second son again, explaining more basics about Eden. Okay, so in my previous video, I explained how to make a porting pad, escape pad, call it how you want, to take 2x2, and takes 2 hours to build. In this video, I want to show you how we use the shield in Eden. Well, obviously you see here the regular shield, but when you click on it, you can see cannot use peace shield in the current zone. But if you scroll down, you can see castle shield. Once you click on that, you will see you get into this screen. You see the castle shield. After charging, open a shield during the shield duration, cannot be attacked by others. But you guys should remember that during the time you are charging the shield or during the time you are with the shield, you cannot take tiles. It's not like Reign of Chaos. Once you send your troops or legions to take a tile, your shield will automatically stop. If it's charging, then the charge will stop, and if the shield is already operating, it will cancel the shield, which obviously, if the shield is already operating, you guys will lose the ability to make another shield for the day. So it's better to stop the shield while it's charging instead of stopping it while it's already on. So because it will cancel your shield for the day. So now I can basically shield right now because it's tally phase and it's the end of the season. One more thing you need to remember that in the last week of Eden, you cannot shield at all. No option to shield in the last week of Eden. So remember that. You can only shield until the last week before Tali. Okay, last week of active Eden, you cannot shield. This is something of the system. I don't know why. So now you just click on enable protection. It charge time is 2 hours, and of course protection time is 8 hours. That gives you around 10 hours, and the rest of the time is cooldown of the shield. So basically you can shield only once a day. Every 24 hours you can only shield once in 24 hours for 8 hours with the duration of build, which is 2 hours. And that's about uh, shield. So another thing, when you get to this screen uh, earlier in the season, if you are out of Eden, you cannot click on nothing except the seasonal challenge maybe, but you cannot click on these two, the season reward and guild, only when you're inside the Eden map. So when you enter the Eden map, at first you go to this screen and you click on guild. If you're not in a guild, what you're gonna see is a list of guild, like same when you without an alliance and you want to go and join an alliance, you'll see it the same way, just a list of guilds, and you can apply to each and every one that you want. But if you're not in the same zone, I'm not talking about map, I'm talking about zone. Eden is divided also to zones. So if you're not in the initial zone of your alliance or your guild, you won't see it in your list. You only see the available guilds in your zone. So that's why it's important for us to be in the same alliance, so we can all drop in the same zone and we can all join the same guild. Um, Another thing, I heard people asking me about troops. Okay, so right now, my power is 45 million, but if you check closely, I got 14.5 million wounded units, which I'm gonna get on Monday for free. 52 days of healing, which of course I'm not going to do it. Look at the resources cost, it's not worth it. So I'm keeping around right now for Eden 3, Eden 4 for us it's going to be, I'm keeping around 8 million for each type of troops. Right now, I still have a lot of troops to fill my ranks. I don't have to worry, and I recommend everyone to do so. When I started playing Reign of Chaos, the consumption and food cost was so high. I mean, Raider class couldn't even well, I never produced food and lumber as a Raider class before the big update of the dragon. You know, I'm talking about I'm talking about this dragon. This dragon wasn't existing before. So after this update, they changed a lot of stuff, including the troops consumption, including the power calculation. They added this hero combat power, and obviously they lowered the consumption. So now, even if you have like tons of troops, you can still produce lumber and food, which of course now I can because I have like 8 million of each type. So for Eden one, I really recommend having at least double the amount you think you need because troops die very fast in Eden. I mean, you can find yourself without the possibility to fill your ranks in matter of a week because it's constant fighting, especially if we want to be very competitive. So we're gonna need to clear a lot of tiles. We're gonna need to fight a lot for our space, for gates, for breaching, for everything. So not just using troops for battles. You're gonna use troops for almost everything. If tile wars and castle battles and siege and for towns and gates and each and every one of these things are costing a lot of troops, especially if your loyalty is not high. But it's still possible because I want to show you guys something. Well, you see this. This is a gate, obviously. You see the loyalty is 2700. But once you start hitting, you see the value, the power, the guard power of this building is around it's 200,000. So now you see it as 200,000 because it's tally phase, but I assure you that when active Eden, this gate, because it's so close to the central, it wasn't 2700, it was more, and the power was more. So uh, as you advance towards the center, the gates also get higher loyalty. So you need higher loyalty yourself to hit them. But there's a secret that not a lot of people know about Eden. Even the main building, I mean, even the throne building in Eden, you can take it. You can help take it uh, without having to have 8,000 loyalty. So how a thing like that happen? Basically, when you start hitting this building. Um, when the power gets lower, I mean, you see the green mark. Once you pass the green mark and you go to the red mark, the loyalty drops and it drops substantially. So even people with 7,000 loyalty and 6,400 can hit this building because the loyalty drops. So we start with the strongest members that have the highest specs and they have the highest loyalty. They start, but when the loyalty drops, everybody else can join. So you can also earn points. You can also take cities and gates faster, and well, it benefits everyone. Points, the real points come from the hitting ancient buildings and not from tiling. I mean, if I show you the, let me show you something. See the contribution. You see contribution, our first member has 309,000 season points. Well, it's a lot, right? But he only have 100,000 from tiling. The real points come from ancient battlefield demolition and ancient battlefield feat. You get points from that too. You see, he made 25,000 season points only from his feat. And donation, well, guys, donation in Eden are not by stone. The trickiest thing about Eden that you can only donate military supplies. Military supplies are the same materials you need for upgrading base camps for loyalty. So I don't recommend donating nothing until maybe the last 2 weeks of Eden if uh, you finished upgrading all your base camps. If you didn't finish upgrading all your base camps, you cannot donate nothing. I don't recommend it because it's a waste of material you need. Okay, so no actual use of stone. That's why we told you in the end of season 3 that you need to donate all your stone. You only gonna need stone for building your honor buildings. That's it for the first day. That's it. After that, you really don't have any use for stone except for dropping resources tile. And okay, another thing is guild are a little bit different. You got R5 like everything, but you only got two R4s and you got two R3s and you got rank. Well, we can have a lot of rank 2 and rank 1, but usually they just keep everybody as rank 1. What else? What else? Well, when I dropped in Eden for the first time because I was in different zone from the current guild I'm in, what I did is well, rising my loyalty fast. I tried to get to level 13 tile the fastest that I can, because once you get to level 13, 14, you can, even if you join a strong guild, you can join. Like I made I made 10,000 points in the first 2 days of being in the guild because of the ancient battlefield demolition. It's enough to hit 2 or 3 cities a day and you get to 10,000 in one day. So it's pretty easy, but you have to build your loyalty very, very fast, because if not, you're gonna miss it. I mean, halfway or even maybe like 30 days into Eden, after that, it's only defending what you already got, like taking back and reoccupying. But most of the buildings in Eden get occupied in the first 25, 20 days. I mean, it's very fast and you got limited buildings. So we need to work very fast and we need to know what we are taking. So it's not, we can't delay ourselves on level 5, level 1 gates, because level 1 gates give you 5 points, which are low, while a big capital give you 100 occupation points. So it's like 50 gates. So it's better to have one capital and keep it safe than to have 50 gates or 20 gates. I don't know. 20 gates, yeah. So, um, thing about Eden is the first period of Eden, it's mostly building loyalty, occupying as much as you can. I mean, even with tiles, we need to have, even if you moving zone as you advance from zone to zone, you're still gonna have to. You're still gonna have to leave tiles behind you all the time, even if it's with farms, even if it's with your tiles, because you're gonna need a fast way to reach your existing cities and gates if you want to defend them. Especially if we plan to take this main building, if we plan to take this one, which is the throne, which is give you I think it's, yeah, I think 600 influence value. If we plan to take this one, we're gonna need to take and defend all the gates around it, because once we get breached by one of those gates, we can get we can lose our ground, because once the enemy can pass the gate, they can tile around and spread like wildfire. So what we did in our guild, we just divided to two sections. So half of the gates my guild has kept, and half of the gates the allied guild has occupied, and all the tiles around we occupied by both guilds. But when we got to the throne, we just hit it, both of us. But we agreed that whichever guild takes it first, it's theirs. We don't fight it again. So we we kind of been sneaky, but we took it eventually. So we took the 600 point, and the other guild uh, through the whole period helped us defend it. And this is what we should do. We Once we got the main building, we should always keep the gates around it safe, and obviously keep the main capital we have also protected. Capital, small cities. Eventually, I really believe that eventually the only gates we're gonna have are the gates around the ancient battlefield building, because there's no use of keeping the other gates, because we would have to defend them all, and it's better to defend a capital that's worth like 20 gates than to defend 20 gates. Well, it's easier and it's logical. uh well this is what I'm having right now. I'm gonna try to review more questions and answer them real quick. Thank you all for being with me. It's SecondSon again. Again, you can point your question to Ainsa